Hi, and welcome back. What we're going to look at right now is while we're talking about trigonometric functions, is its relationship to this thing called the unit circle. And the unit circle is just a circle with a radius of 1. So everything coming out from the center to any point that's on the circle has a length of 1. So the big question is, what is the relationship between all of these points that are labeled on the circle and the angles that they correspond to? So just for example, we see that the point root 2 over 2, root 2 over 2 corresponds to 45 degrees. Why is that? So let's see. Just to get a snapshot, let's say we're in the first quadrant, so I'm going to take the point 0, 0 and go out to a point that's on the unit circle and call it x comma y. And I'm going to make a triangle out of it. Now, the major thing to notice about these angles is they seem to be measured from the positive x-axis and going counterclockwise. So that's how we measure angles. We start at the positive x-axis, that's the initial side, and the terminal side is where we end up moving counterclockwise, and that's how we measure the angle. So this angle is theta. Now that means in this case that this side has length x and this side has length y. So looking at the three basic trigonometric functions, we know that the sine of theta is y over, remember this side is 1, so that's just y. So the y coordinate of the point is the sine of the angle that corresponds to it. Cosine of theta is the adjacent side divided by the hypotenuse, so that's just x. So that means right there that the actual coordinates tell us the cosine of the corresponding angle and the sine of the corresponding angle. Cool. Okay. Now let's look at tangent of theta. Tangent is opposite over adjacent, which is y over x. So that means that we could also easily find the tangent of the corresponding angle by just finding the ratio of the coordinates. So let's just take a look at how we can apply this. So sine of 120 degrees. 120 degrees terminates at the point 1/2 comma root 3 over 2. Sine of 120 would be the y coordinate of the 120 degree angle. So that is square root 3 over 2. And notice that when we get into bigger angles, that opens the door for the ratios to end up being negative. This is our way of defining sine, cosine, and tangent moving outside of a right triangle. Okay, so cosine of 135, the 135 degree angle terminates at negative root 2 over 2 comma root 2 over 2. Cosine is the x coordinate, so that means that cosine of 135 is negative square root of 2 divided by 2. Tangent of 240 terminates here at the point negative 1/2 negative square root 3 over 2. So we're going to have y over x, so negative square root 3 over 2 divided by negative 1 over 2 is, when we simplify it, the square root of 3. And sine of 90, remember sine is the y coordinate of the corresponding point. That is the point 0, 1. So sine of 90 degrees is equal to 1. So this unit circle can be used to find any trig function, sine, cosine, tangent, or the other three that we haven't really spoken too much about so far, of any of those special angles. And how do you know it's a special angle? Basically, it's any multiple of 30 or any multiple of 45. That's when you know it's going to have a special ratio. And now with this added in fact with the unit circle, we can also say it's either going to be positive or negative. So there is the complete picture with sine, cosine, and tangent of the special angles.